Hello everyone, our honorable lecturer and Aria Business School, also our beloved audience, let us give a little information to you about what have we learned in Aria Business School by telling about the research that we have done before. So, what is actually data? Is? In the sales process, a company must continue to develop in products in order to achieve the desired target market. One way to develop the product being sold is to use data. The data itself has a very important role in the sales process because it is sourced from the data that is owned and can find out the market conditions clear, so that it makes it easier for companies to develop their products according to the current market situation. In collecting data also has a role played, one of which can list the best-selling products, or by creating questionnaire aimed at customers. There are various types of data that are often used by various companies. One of the most frequently used data is data-driven. Data-driven is a state that is decided to make decisions based on data. Data-driven has advantage and disadvantage. Of course, one of the advantages of data-driven is that companies need a little time to analyze the data. This will certainly give more time to handle other aspects of business operation. But data-driven also has drawbacks. Of course, one of the drawbacks of data-driven is that the data obtained is often confusion in it. This is very fatal to the next step, that is, if the analysis is not correct, the decision taken will be incorrect or wrong. At this time, the digital era has been increasingly developing, especially in the field of goods and services. Many companies or shops have transformed their sales from offline to completely digital. Companies need data so they can move their business more effectively, quickly, and efficiently. Most companies that run a business use big data. Big data is a technology that covers a wide area of business and technology. Big data refers to technologies and initiatives that involve data that is so diverse, fast-changing, or super large that is that it is too difficult for conventional technology, expertise, or infrastructure to handle it effectively. Big data has various types, including structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. One of the companies that has applied big data, namely Zalora. Zalora uses this data for marketing strategies on social media and also for tracking purchases made by customers. Data reveals that 40% of Zalora visitors use mobile lines across Zalora. Big data is also one of the main keys of Zalora in winning over its customers. Apart from Zalora, Shopee also uses data to protect the personal data of its customers. The use of data is very useful for every company that has applied it. Besides, being able to improve for the performance of their business company, they can also directly interact with customers without having to meet in person.
Okay, Customgear.id is a private business that was founded in 2017. Customgear Indonesia itself is a business that sells something, namely bicycle. The sport of cycling has begun to be popular again by the Indonesian people in early 2020 due to the presence of the COVID-19 virus. Because during this pandemic, bicycles were very influential on everyone because cycling was thought to be able to burn calorie and maintain body immunity. Bicycles sold by Custom Gear ID are various kind of bicycle. Custom Gear ID focus their sales on racing bike because Custom Gear Indonesia sees the market among young people in Indonesia is racing bike. This is evident from the result of a survey by the Institute for Transportation and Development Policy, or ITDP. which states the bicycle use has increased by 10 times or an increase of 1000% during the Jakarta PSBB compared to October 2019. For its own address, Custom Gear ID is on Sultan Agung Street, number 59, RW 2, Pasar Manggis, Setiabudi District, South Jakarta City, Special Capital Region of Jakarta 12970. They also sell bicycle equipment and fittings such as bicycle handlebars, bicycle frames, bicycle locks, and other accessories. In addition, they also provide service to assemble bicycle in their offline shop. This makes custom have a closer bond between customer and seller because they meet in person and can communicate as well and probably as customer and seller showed. Indirectly, the establishment of this relationship bring benefit to Custom Gear ID in sales and marketing. With a good relationship, the owner believes that his custom will be loyal and come back to their shop. Moreover, cyclists generally have a community where this indicates an opportunity for word to mouth marketing for Custom Gear ID. Custom Gear ID set foot into the world of digitization by entering into e-commerce in 2018. Custom Gear ID registered its shop on the Bukalapak, Tokopedia, and Shopee platform. Until now, Custom Gear ID continues to work with the three e-commerce platforms because, according to the Custom Gear ID owner, the platform is very helpful in the sales process for Custom Gear ID, as well as Custom Gear ID has a plan for the future to make an application and website to be able to help customers in the process of purchasing goods. The application and website in question is like the official website of Custom Gears ID, which has advanced features such a template for custom accessories to be purchased, automatic automatic transaction, and much more. In the near future, Custom Gear ID is working on creating a membership system for its customer. This, the this membership system is also one of their marketing strategies to make Custom Gear ID's customer repeat order with Custom Gear ID because it already has a member. The owner will offer several discount price in accordance with the provisions that will be made by the company owner and other colleagues.
As we know, everything in the world cannot be spared from data and data itself. Every company has data that they must obtain to achieve certain goals. The same is the case with Customgear.id. As a company that offer this good and service, Customgear.id collected data in various ways, namely Customgear.id require financial data regarding expense and income as well as business capital to that the company economy can continue to be balanced and there is no possibility of loss. The data specification that will be obtained include the price per item, income per month, and promo or discount given to customers, transaction, and sales of goods. This data will be collected for monthly bookkeeping and will be monitored annually in order to improve sales effectiveness and company perform itself.
collection, Custom Gear ID collects data in the form of what types of goods enter and leave and how many items enter within a certain period of time. This data collection function to track the availability of goods sold. So that if there are items that are used up less, more damaged, or defective, the production party will be alert to provide information to the owner, and the entire company team will immediately take action to complete the goods. In the collection of financial data and stock data of goods carried out by the Custom Gear ID company, they are related to one another because basically financial reports will not be completely accurate if there is no data on goods sold, as well as stock data will not be complete if not accompanied by data finance. For the process of combining accounting data and inventory taking, Custom Gear ID uses POS software. POS is a system used by various retail businesses to complete buying and selling transactions in inputting financial data, stock items, and inputting customer data. Apart from being a software, POS also doubles as an application that is used as the main support to help bookkeeping Custom Gear ID. Although Custom Gear ID also does bookkeeping manually, Custom Gear ID does bookkeeping with the help of digital technology. This is done to avoid mistakes and as cross-checking.
Survey data collection. Custom Gear Customgear.id records the process and service record of each customer. Basically rough for that Customgear.id requires personal data in the form of a full name, telephone number, complete address according to the identity card, what items are processed by the customer at customergear.id, and the last condition of the customer basically discuss repeat order from customer. Data, given the data required is personal data. Customgear.id will not force customer to provide personal data. This data is usually obtained directly when a customer comes to an offline store and online customer. Customgear.id usually asks for this data before their customer makes a transaction because the data collected in is personal data. Customgear.id currently responsible for this data not to be missed. The data the data collected the data collection aims to increase custom gear its sales figures.
Data plays an important role in running business operation. Therefore, many companies are competing to obtain data so that they can continue to compete in the world of commerce in collecting data. Good resources are needed because it is certainly not an easy thing to get big data for a company. Correct data will certainly benefit in raising the target market of a company. But on the other hand, if the data is used incorrectly, the decision taken will be incorrect, or even wrong. This is fatal if this happens.
Data-driven is widely used by companies with good performance. Data-driven is quite effective in finding solutions because companies only need to take solutions from exciting data. This can be used to innovate their products according to the data they have and of course, can help companies achieve sales targets, but in the application of data-driven, you must be careful. The data you have must be sure to be correct, and there is little possibility of errors in the data, because if there is confusion in the data, it will certainly make the result of the analysis wrong and result in making wrong decisions and causing company losses. We made Customgear.id as our case study resource person because Customgear.id is a company or store that is able to withstand the urgency of this pandemic, making us want to know the data management they are running so that it can survive in the current state. As we know, the current state is very chaotic because the pandemic. So that is all from us. That is all that we want you to know as well as we know. And that's it. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.